Hi again. Welcome back. We are your wicked awkward massholes.
As are all of you that are watching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thankfully we have our coffee.
Yeah.
And we're ready to talk about things.
To go back to bed to see.
Yes. Let's be honest. So before we play our extreme personal questions, reminders to follow us on our social platforms, WAM617 on Instagram and Facebook. And we have our episode recaps up at wickedawkward.com. And now, with these Zoom capabilities, we are on YouTube. So
I really hope we can get our shit together before they lift the quarantine so that we can make it nicer. Maybe we'll be on one screen instead of the split screen thing.
Yeah. But
better audio.
We got to do that. We're not the only ones, okay? If
I know.
shows are doing that shit.
Have you been watching the Zoom meetings gone wrong?
Yes. I haven't watched them all, but the girl peeing was hilarious.
Wasn't there a dude walking around no pants?
Mm-hmm.
Like naked.
Oh, I know about the woman whose husband was like, hey, in his undies.
Oh my God.
She was like, and then he fell. That was good. Always put yourself against a wall and then you don't gotta worry about it.
Seriously, that way you don't have to worry about anything. But then again, what was the excuse for the chick that went to pee?
She even put her phone on the floor. Like,
yeah.
What do you think?
I would never risk that angle. I usually put it like on my sink and always face like up. So it's like videoing the ceiling.
Then you don't have to see like here. You don't get the double chin effect going on.
I saw this video. It was a bigger girl following a tutorial of like this other girl telling her like, no, the double chin doesn't exist. You just need to stand up straight and push your neck out and your double chin like goes away. But this was a bigger girl.
Yeah.
So she's like double chin anyways. Yeah. That's so uncomfortable and unnatural to walk.
You look like a chicken.
Walk like an Egyptian.
I don't know. Chicken, you go Egyptian, whatever.
I don't know. All right. Oh, okay. This is more of I'm actually going to ask you my own personal question first. Because I almost asked you earlier. Well, it's not a personal question. It's just a would you rather question.
All right. I'm down.
Or are you more terrified? Okay. Are you more terrified of? None of these things are done by professionals. Your survival is guaranteed at the end. Okay?
Yeah.
Would you rather get knifed, shot, or pepper sprayed in the face?
Knifed, shot, or pepper sprayed?
Yeah, the pepper spray must be in the face, obviously.
I'd rather be shot, to be honest.
Okay, but which one would be the least that you would want?
Oh, pepper spray.
Because I agree. I would rather be shot.
Yeah, pepper spray.
Right?
Because then you can't see.
That just looks so, and you like everything just hurts. It looks awful. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. On to our, where are you? Here we go.
Personal questions.
Thank you for the jingle. Okay. What TV show would you kick ass on, and why are you so fucking confident? And I think it's like a real TV show, not a made up one by us.
Mm-hmm.
I will always say that Supernatural for sure.
I know, but since you said a thing, now I want to pick Supernatural.
Oh, okay. I'll pick another one.
No, because you would kick ass on Supernatural. You wouldn't kick ass in SOA?
I was thinking about that. I think that my kick-assery will get me killed.
Wait. Why would you kick ass in Supernatural? Would you be a hunter and kicking ass?
Huh?
Would you be a hunter and kicking ass?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I could totally see you on the Crowley side and kicking ass.
Yo, hell's more fun. Just saying.
Well, when Crowley, do you remember that episode when they brought people, who was it that went down to hell? Was it Cass? I can't remember. But it was Crowley's hell, and it was all these people waiting in line. And when your number came up, it brought you all the way back to the end again. And
then there was that painting of him as like Hitlerish.
Yeah.
It was Cass, because I remember Misha was like, I saw that painting for the first time, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, okay. I would be your bookworm, so.
It would be something like that, or I don't know if I would last on SOA. Like
I wouldn't. I
Kurt
don't
Sutter
have the
would just
skin
kill
like that.
everybody off.
Yeah.
He's
He'd be like, "You're cute. Stop talking."
like, I feel like in order for me to survive SOA, I'd have to be like Wendy, who was like an ex-junkie there for the kids, but they already have that. So what purpose do?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. The whole thing.
So
You
I
just be on the
don't.
sidelines watching.
Yeah, I'd probably be like Chucky
Oh,
in
Chucky.
SOA. Yeah, I'd have to have like 2 peg feet or something
Yeah.
in order to survive, just because it looks aesthetically pleasing or interesting or something. Of all the fucking TV shows that I've watched, I can't come up with one.
To be fair,
I,
I couldn't.
anything with vampires and werewolves, I feel like I'd be okay in.
Yeah,
I think if I okay, you know what? If I were in True Blood and I were a werewolf, I'd totally kick ass.
you would.
Unlike Alcide, who fucking at the pinnacle of his character ends up getting gunned down, which was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, there was a lot of stupid I stopped
Yeah,
watching
there was a lot of stupid
because
in
of
there.
that. Yeah.
It was
Well,
wicked cheesy. I don't understand.
it was so cheesy. Oh my god, the fairy thing and the.
That
I'm all
fucking
set.
killed me.
Yep, I'm all set.
Yeah.
I was just there for Skarsgård anyway.
All hail. Let's not say that.
All hail. All hail Skarsgård.
I liked him. He has a show. Ah, fuck.
What? He does. Wait.
I can't remember what platform it was on. But I think it was called Mute. Like he plays a mute man.
Yeah, I think it was Netflix.
Was it Netflix?
I remember that a while ago. Yeah.
I was like, but then I was like, he's fucking mute, like by choice or because he can't. I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, and I love his voice, so I was like,
I know, right? I was like, wait.
I'm all set.
Anyway, great segue into the things that we've watched this week.
Which I feel like was a decent amount this week.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into everything else, let's wrap up our final thoughts on Tiger King.
I know we're so late to the game with Tiger King, but
you know what though? I think it gives us a perspective because we've watched the show, we've seen all the memes and all the gifs and all the everything else. Everything's laid out for us, and now we can watch it. And after taking it all in, I have come to a decision. What about yourself?
Yeah, but I want to hear yours first.
You want to hear my? Okay. So I don't understand what the big deal is with Carol Baskin.
Explain.
I just don't. I am going against everything that everyone is saying. I don't think she killed her husband.
No.
No. Like, one of two things is what's going on with her. Either she's so good at bullshit that she's got everyone convinced, or she really is this way and this dumb and has only intelligence for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My guess is she couldn't have. He was his other family, his first family, I should say, called him a sexaholic, and he was in with a lot of bad shit. It could have really been anyone.
Because he did all that shit in Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, but they were like, oh, they found his van or his truck with all his shit. So it looks like he was abducted right before he left. I just don't think that she's smart enough or even has the strength to, like, her. If she killed him, it was not her directly.
I was gonna say my thought was that she hired somebody to do it.
Right.
Again, she can't physically, but she has access to those damn tigers. So
right. So maybe, like, if she had any part in his death, it was that. Like, let's just feed him to the tigers.
She was the murder for hire bitch. Jesus.
Yeah. I truly felt bad for Joe Exotic and the way that he got set up, dude. That was a total setup, right?
That was, yes.
Because even though he paid someone to do that, like, he's so...
$3,000.
I don't even... What is it?
$3,000.
Well, yeah. Well, back then, to a junkie, that's a lot,
I know.
you know? I don't know. I felt like the other dude with the
Yeah,
one that stole the zoo from Joe, that guy was the bigger problem. I
Jeff
felt
Lowe.
like, yeah. Did you see that meme that said Carol's first husband is Jeff Lowe?
No.
It looked just like him. It was fucking weird. They were saying that it was like this conspiracy that Jeff Lowe is actually Carol Baskin's first husband, and they basically like she hired him to destroy Joe. It was fucking
Possible.
hilarious.
That's cool.
But I feel like him and Doc Ante were the worst
Oh, they
in
were.
that whole thing.
Ugh. Yeah, I feel like Joe was just like the skeezy guy who just talked a lot of trash.
Yeah,
But the real guys that you really should have looked at is Jeff and Doc for sure.
for sure. So the guy that had supposedly gone into business with Jeff Lowe,
Hmm.
at first, he was like, I was fronting all the cash and doing all the work, and that motherfucker wasn't doing shit.
Yep.
Like, I feel like at the end of that series, the director should have been like, wait, we need to reassess
Yeah.
everything and dig deeper
Screw
into
Joe
Jeff Lowe.
Exotic.
Yeah, like, I feel like even if he had given that dude $3,000 and, you know, hired for murder or whatever the fuck, like, I don't understand why that and the whole Carol Baskin thing was what everyone took away the most.
Yeah. There was a lot of fucked up shit going down.
Yeah. She's like the epitome of a cat lady.
Oh my god. Like, bad. Bad. Did you see her wardrobe? Like,
Oh.
cheetah print, cheetah print, cheetah. Like, she was a cheetah girl.
Yeah,
But
tiger
not as
print, cat print, all
talented.
yo. I don't know.
It was bad.
But did you pretty much take away the same?
I did. There was some about Carol, like, maybe she knows what she's doing, but wants to come off as, like, the sweet, innocent woman, you know? But I agree. I think she, like, hired somebody, if anything, to kill her husband. But
It also,
she's just as bad. Like, she's not this big. She's just as bad as the other guys.
she was doing the exact same thing. So I think her thing wasn't her thing like because they were breeding cubs to make money off the cubs, but did you see cubs in her sanctuary or whatever?
No, because she's a rescue.
Right. Okay. But she started off doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, she did. And then she was like, oh, wait, that's bad. So now I have to, like, tell everybody else it's bad. But I think they probably shit on Joe for, like, the thing
is, you know what it was? Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say that he just took everything so far and he was so vocal about it.
Yes.
That he was so easy to set up.
That he ran for president and governor.
Can we not talk about that?
I thought you were going to win.
Trump and Joe Exotic go up against each other. Who are you voting for?
Exotic at this point. No, I'm just kidding. So? No, I would. Trump has more business acumen than Joe Exotic does.
Yeah.
I thought the saddest fucking thing was Travis.
Bro. Yeah. How he's like, oh, it's like, what is it that it wouldn't shoot?
Yeah.
And that was fucking heartbreaking.
I can't believe it was on video.
Sort of.
Imagine, whoever that guy was.
Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew what he was doing? I think he knew. Because both Travis and the other husband, they both said that they weren't gay. And they don't look gay. They don't act gay. Nothing about them spoke to gay. I'm not saying that there's a physical appearance for that, but I just feel like you would know. And neither one of these two guys gave off gay vibes. And I think
Joe just, like, brainwashed them.
I absolutely agree.
And
I think
like, imprison them in the zoo. You can't leave.
Him and they were all running the same scam, right? Where they were taking in people who were felons and nobody else would hire them, or they were addicts, and basically, like, anything can become an addiction. So it's like, oh, you get to come on to work and work with tigers and lions and everything else. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
they were all running the same fucking scam.
Just don't go to Florida and go to their zoos or
Seriously.
or Myrtle Beach or Oklahoma or wherever they were. I'm all
That
set.
was awful shit. But
Yeah.
those are the final thoughts. I watched In the Dark
Yes,
because of my late obsession.
I watched the first 5 episodes, and I have to hate Joe for a second because the show stars one very fine ass looking man named Casey Dedrick, and I didn't know who he was before, and now I'm drooling.
Now
So
you know everything there is to know.
I hate you. Go follow that asshole on Instagram, and you'll know why.
He's a very adventurous man. And I think I'm more in love with his dog than anything else. I know.
Huskies are beefy.
I know. So In the Dark takes place in Chicago.
Yep.
Basically, it's about this blind girl whose best friend gets gunned down, and she goes on a quest to find out who his murderer is. Sorry, tongue-tied. Where did you leave off? I know you said 5 episodes, but where is that? What's happening?
It was just after the Tyson's funeral.
Oh, okay.
Are
you planning on finishing it?
Yes.
Okay, I won't spoil anything.
Okay. I have thoughts.
Okay, give me thoughts. I want thoughts.
I like the characters. Perry, who plays Murphy, does a good job at pretending to be blind.
Oh my god, isn't it fucking mind-blowing?
Yeah. I love her relationship with Chloe, the little blind girl, Dean's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
Also, Casey Dedrick is the cutest thing ever.
How do you feel about him being in the whole business of that he's in? First of all, I would love to taste those fucking gourmet burgers.
Sliders.
Yeah.
Best food truck name ever.
I know, right?
I'm glad he doesn't have a big role. He probably gets in deep, I'm sure.
I like Darnell too.
I like him too, but he's like a drug kingpin. You're supposed to hate him, but
I don't think he is. I think he's more of like her number one errand boy.
That's what I mean, but he's up there. Not up there, but yeah.
He gets funnier throughout this season.
Yeah, so my only, I don't want to say concern, but I just wish that again, I like the characters. I just wish I don't think the show is going to last more than like 3 or 4 seasons. Because it's like,
I agree.
The only major plot point here is that she's blind and we're like following her life.
Well, I think it's more like it's this blind girl trying to find out who murdered her friend. And it's like, how can a blind girl do it and then the police can't? There's answers to all of those things. I think this is more involved with the drug world than anything else. And it's very evident at the end of season 1. It's all about this high-end lady who runs a crew, and it's all about drugs and money laundering. So there is a season 2.
Yep.
And it's wrapped. It's all done and aired. It's just I can't get to it. It's locked everywhere, even on the CW app.
It's aired already? Ooh.
I'm pretty sure. So I've not heard if it's going to be renewed for a season 3. So.
I love how much of a hot mess Murphy is. I will say that.
What is it?
I don't know.
About a white chick in her mess that is so fucking attractive.
I don't know.
She is like screwed up in the head.
I know, but I like it. Is that weird?
Yeah, it is.
I like it for a show, not like in real life.
Like if I had to deal with that shit in real life, I wouldn't put up with it for very long.
Like I couldn't be Jess, her roommate.
No. well, Jess is also very codependent.
Yeah.
So I get that part. But me as my person, as who I am, I would be like, oh, hi, and then just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with that.
It was
Do
I
you think it's like if you took that group of characters and put them in a different show, would
yeah,
that work better for you?
maybe. I
Or
don't know.
is it because it's like they're trying to make it like a murder mystery?
I think that's why. Cuz I'm thinking like are they just making her blind to be like inclusive?
I think so.
Because if she wasn't blind, it would be like a boring show.
This is just a girl who's a hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
And she would just be another basic white bitch who can't get her life together.
You
But
know
then
what I
meets a
think this
man
is?
and starts to.
I think this is like a PG version of Shameless. Because she's a lot like Fiona. Because if you put Fiona in her shoes, you get
Yep.
the exact same fucking person.
Yep. Although Perry, who plays Murphy, is gorgeous. Not that Emmy isn't, but I'm just saying, like,
It's a different type of gorgeous.
yeah.
She is very, very pretty.
Damn it. Love
Her,
Casey.
her eyebrows are like on fucking point. Which again, where does a blind person go to do their eyebrows? How do you know they're done well? Did you see that part where she went into the high school
Yep.
and the girls were like, do you remember what you look like?
Oh, yeah. And she's like, nope.
That was so sad.
I know. And she has a cute dog named Pretzel, which I think
I
is the
know.
cutest fucking thing ever. Her guide dog.
Yeah. I have an issue with naming animals after things like that, like Muffin, Banana. I don't know.
You named yours after a knight. Oh, that's
That's
different.
badass.
It is.
Yeah. And so is Chewie's name. I know exactly what. Wait, did Chewie come with that name?
Yeah.
Still Chewbacca.
I know.
I like how you changed it. That's cool. No, but do you think it's worth the watch? I think it's if you're bored and you've got nothing else to watch.
Yeah, it's not life shattering. Like, holy shit, this is so amazing. Just
No, it's not.
but I find myself, like, oh, I definitely want to watch another episode.
It's
But
definitely like if you're in a chill mood and wanting to watch something you don't have to put a lot of thought into,
yes,
for sure. Because if I have to keep up with it, like I think that's why I don't like Game of Thrones. I have to keep up with it way too much. And there's like so much going on at all times and so many characters that I can't keep it all. And all names sound the same.
I know.
I can't keep it all. Like
It is a lot.
it is.
Try doing that, like, because I watched Game of Thrones when it was on TV, so it was every week.
Ugh.
And then in between seasons, you're like, wait, what the fuck? Who's this? This happened?
And they only did like a handful of episodes, so they had to squeeze all this information. And it'd be like information from the beginning of the last season would show up at the beginning of the next season, and you're like, wait a second. What was this? Yeah. All parts of my shoulders and arms just cracked. Like
somebody's getting old.
But
yeah, In the Dark it's enjoyable for what it is, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to.
It's enjoyable for what it is.
If you watch it just for Casey Deirdrick, I feel
you're good.
You're good.
You're good.
Ooh. Although that episode he broke his dick
was fucking gold. Oh my god.
That was
so it's funny because before they diagnosed a broken dick, I was like, dude, if you have a hard on and you fall on your face off the bed, like that's, but then again, he didn't fall that far.
Yeah, but he still fell on it. We're just like,
his pain looked legit.
Oh, I love how she's like, you're still here. He's like, I can't even make it down the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Love that, man.
I like how they switched the roles and they made her the hot mess when it came to intimacy and not him. How they always do that. It's always the dudes that have issues. I also compare this a lot to at least like his character here compared to the one in Driven. They're like
I didn't watch that.
Polar opposites. So Driven is a lot more like, and this is straight out of the mouth from Casey Deirdrick, it's very 50 Shades of Grey-esque.
What, Driven?
But it's on, yeah. Because he plays like, he is like this.
That's a movie, right?
It's a series,
Oh.
which it aired in 2018, the first season, and apparently it's based on a trilogy. And they haven't done or announced or said anything else about it since it finished.
Oh, so maybe it's like a mini series.
Well, it's 6 episodes, but it leaves you on a cliffhanger. It's like, it's book 1. It's book
Oh.
1.
Oh.
Right. So they had said that they were filming books 2 and 3 together, so that way they can air it faster. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, so in Driven, Colton he's like has a lot of money, and he doesn't do the relationship thing. He's got a very traumatic past. But I like Max. He's more relatable.
He's more real, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like him. And he's so soft and scruffy and
How can you be scruffy and soft at the same time?
I don't know.
But he is. That's what I'm getting at.
I would not break up with him. Ever.
He not only broke his dick, but she broke his nose, I think, like twice.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. She's like a hot mess.
I love it though.
Did you see her at the buffet line? That was difficult to watch.
I know. She's like, these mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
Coronavirus. All over the place.
It's good. If you like watching shows with people who are definitely like a hot mess, this is it. It's fucked up the way that it ends, though. I will just leave it at that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's your typical CW show.
No, it ends up like the way that it ends, it was so fucking obvious, but it actually surprised me.
Oh.
Oh no, Mom!
Oh, your mom's calling?
Sorry, hold on. I gotta put this on airplane mode. My bad.
So that's fine. We'll just have a purple square for your face. It's all good.
Sorry, guys.
Listen, there is zero perfection in the world right now, okay? No one cares.
Let me just call her from the computer. Because she's gonna be like, my daughter I haven't talked to her in like 2 days.
Can you also just peep Joe's computer background real quick?
Oh, hold on. My kid was watching Frozen.
I saw. That is beautiful.
I love it. It's literally the perfect duo.
Yeah.
It's the perfect duo.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, why you're so amazing.
I don't know why. Okay, so while that starts up, I watched something else I forgot to tell you.
How dare you?
I know, right? I'm recording.
I also love that you can text from your computer. That's why I have an Android, I guess.
On my very tiny screen, I watched The Ring.
Didn't you not like that?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
But it was like staring me in the face from Netflix, and I was like,
might as well.
I was like, what the fuck? And so I watched it. It was so stupid.
See?
It was so fucking stupid.
It's because you're watching it now when VHS is like,
Well, to me, it was very scary. I know full-grown adults that are still terrified of The Exorcist. And I hear that's something to be afraid of.
It's not, I don't know, is it a generational thing? Like, because, I don't know.
I think so, because the person that I'm talking about, like when she watched The Exorcist, she was young. And she's like, that was the most terrifying thing of my time.
That was me with Poltergeist. I was like, fuck that movie. And now I'm like,
So I remember The Ring came out my freshman year of high school, and it was probably one of the first scary movies that I was ever exposed to because, you know, my mom was like all about Telemundo and Sábado Gigante and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about any of that stuff. And to me, it was fucking terrifying.
I remember when it came out, people were like, holy shit, I was this the whole time, you know?
This is the scariest thing ever. And now you just look back at it and you're like, literally, there's...
Why?
Like, I found myself pausing whenever they showed the face because I wanted to see the makeup.
Oh, yeah, good point.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's really messed
Nope.
up. Yeah.
No, the other one that like not fucked me up, but or scared me a little bit was The Grudge.
That one I don't think I'll watch.
That one's a little bit worse, just because
Because
there's a lot of contortions involved that you don't like.
that's when that started coming in, and I don't do that shit. Even when it's like shitty supernatural that's like doing fucking, I don't fuck with that. I don't. Do you remember when we went to Ice Nine Kills and that bitch was doing that? I was like, nope, no. We need to leave.
Yep.
I gotta go. I can't do this.
Yeah. That won't be a good one for you. And I think they're remaking it actually.
I heard.
Yeah.
If they haven't already, I heard. The other thing we watched, hold on, on a lighter note, Onward on Disney Plus.
Yo. Oh my god. Can we just shout out Disney for putting a movie that was in theaters on Disney Plus?
Pro. It was supposed to be in theaters, wasn't it? I think they're doing that though. Isn't that the whole point of Disney Plus? Like a couple weeks after it's been in theaters, it just goes directly to the streaming service?
No, I think they're doing it because nobody can go to a movie theater.
All right, bet.
Because Amazon Prime is doing that, and they're making the rental fee like $20.
Yeah, like the times that we're in, right?
Yeah. Because I want to watch The Invisible Man because it's on Amazon Prime, but it's $20 to rent because it's still in theaters. Yeah.
Just like Swallow is about that price.
Yeah. But anyway, Onward. Wicked cute.
Onward.
Who's
in it?
Yo, it's Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
Thank you. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Is like the older brother who is obsessed with like their version of Dungeons and Dragons, and which I love. He's like such a nerd, but like he owns it type deal. I love that.
But how is he a nerd who's also like so punk rock?
Oh, I know. I love that. That's like us, kind of. But like a little nerdier.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
And obviously Tom Holland is the younger brother Ian. And what are they? Are they trolls?
They're elves.
Elves. That's right, because they have the pointy ears. But I like that it's like magic used to exist back in the day, but then this is
not everybody can have magic. Yeah.
Now we have cars and
they modernized.
Like modern day, yeah. And their dad dies when they're young.
I think Ian had just been born.
And then it was Ian's 16th birthday, and he got a gift from his dad, which was a magical staff and with a spell to bring his dad back for one day. That's like the whole premise.
Right.
But the gem kind of explodes halfway through the spell, so it's on his dad's legs. And now they have to go on a quest to find another gem to make him whole before the sun goes down. So they
get 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Disney, so it's
super adventurous.
It's very
hilarious,
cute as hell.
There's very inappropriate undertones.
Yeah. Yes. Like how they had to put a leash on their dad's belt to lead him along because he can't hear them, he can't speak, he doesn't have a face, he just has legs.
Okay, let's get away from the nasty part. I loved when they all danced together.
Yeah, because that's the way a dad dances.
Yo, I could just could you not picture him dancing? Oh, it was so great.
That's how my dad would dance.
I definitely cried.
Oh, me too.
And I hate it because
Disney movie ever. You cry.
So this is the thing with me, right? Like when it comes to regular sentimental movies with like humans in them, I might shed a tear and like, oh my god, that was so sweet. But Disney movies gives me like that kind of crying.
Tears.
Whenever I saw Frozen 2 and Elsa finds like the cave and her mom's like singing I'm tearing again and I'm getting chills. Like it's bad.
That part got me.
Bro.
The first time I watched it, because then the kids watch it every day, so now it doesn't.
Right here, right? It affects me right here.
Yes. You feel it and you're like, don't do it. Don't cry. No.
In front of my mom. And she just like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like,
yeah. And I always say this, but the two movies that really get me that way is Fox and the Hound.
Oh.
And Homeward Bound, A Journey Home.
It's
Can't
bad.
do it. I've never watched them like
It's so
recently
bad.
because of how
Yeah, bro. Like, it's bad.
I
Ugh.
hate it. I hate it.
But
Disney
Onward
knows
is
how to pull those
so,
strings, you know?
yeah, they do. Onward is so, oh my God. You know what also affected me like that was Toy Story 4 when they're about to go into like the fire. Bro,
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, they're holding hands. They're ready for it. It
I
was just
know.
so bad.
But Onward was very cute.
It
I liked it
was.
a lot. What was my favorite fucking thing about that movie were the stupid little sprites, the little pixies.
The motorcycle dudes.
The motorcycle, the pixie dusters.
I loved it. I like how
That was so
everyone started to come in tune with their heritage almost.
yes.
Because they only rode motorcycles
Oh,
until they had to.
yes. And the other thing I really liked about this was talking about inclusion within the dark. This is
Mm-hmm.
how you do inclusion right, is if you don't make it like part of the story. It's he had that friend in school who had like the
The
arm
crutch.
canes, crutches,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a thing. And also one of the cops was a lesbian, wasn't a thing. It was just like a
Oh my God, I know
statement.
they just breezed right over that.
And I'm like, that's how you do inclusion. You just make
Yes,
it part of the life, you know?
you're absolutely correct. I wholeheartedly agree with that because if in the dark it was just who was blind
Yeah.
and they had just like not made it a thing, or if Murphy, okay, yeah, she's blind, but then not, I don't know. I get what you're saying. So did you
John
ever?
Wick 2. You know how
Yeah,
that girl, the androgynous looking girl, was deaf and she would sign,
yeah,
but it wasn't like,
a thing.
yeah.
Like,
That's
oh
what
my
I'm
God,
like,
she's deaf
yeah,
and an
that's inclusion.
assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ruby Rose.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
What were you gonna
she's
say?
hot.
She is. She's got a strong face.
It works for girl face and boy face.
Mm-hmm. Makes
Like,
me.
she literally could wake up any day and be like, I want to act like a boy today, and just fucking do that. And then be like, I want to act like a super feminine chick and fucking do that.
She would own it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was in something else.
She was in a lot of stuff, I think.
Oh, no. She's going to be in the new Batman movie.
That's right. She
That's
is.
what it is. What is she doing in that one? Oh, Batgirl.
Hello.
Yeah, I forget.
But yeah, Onward was cute. I liked it.
It was. And it's available on Disney Plus. If you're not on that, where the fuck have you been?
It's worth well, not that I pay for it because I steal yours, but I think it's
fine.
worth the money.
It absolutely is. And you get Hulu with it.
Mm.
And ESPN Plus. Not that there's much going on ESPN nowadays.
And Hulu is very helpful for shows that are still on the air, but
Yeah.
you can't find it to watch or something. I don't know. You know
No, it's well, see, the thing is that like a lot of networks really want you to use their app
their
now.
platform, yeah.
But I know that Hulu's obviously contracted with Disney. I think they also have a contract with the CW.
They do.
And it's the only place where you can find Sons of Anarchy at the moment.
Yep.
Which is why I'm watching a few episodes just to like cleanse my palate.
Yeah. Your palate. I forgot you do that.
Yeah, I have to. I need a moment. Like, I just got over my obsession with Teen Wolf. I jumped right into In the Dark. Now I need a minute before. Oh, How to Fix a Drug Scandal. You should watch that shit.
You said it's on Netflix?
Yeah. Do you remember?
I was gonna ask, what the hell is it? Like, what is it?
So, do you remember that chemist back in, I think it was like 2010, 2011, that when drugs were seized off of people, they would go to a lab and get tested to make sure that, yes, this is heroin, yes, this is coke, whatever. So her employees, or the employees that worked with her, coworkers, noticed that she was putting in 4 times the amount of work that anybody else was in the same amount of time. So she would take 15 samples that all looked the same, test 1 or 2, they came back positive for cocaine, so all 15 samples were processed as cocaine when they could have not been cocaine. So all these people went to jail because it was positive that they were carrying drugs at the moment of their arrest, according to her. So she got found out, served, I think it was like 14 months in jail. And then that was in Boston. And then a few months after that, her name was I can't remember.
God, I don't remember. Oh, I do remember this.
So the next case
Yeah.
that came up and blew up even more was that of, I remember her, Sonia Farak was a few months after. Sonia Farak was doing the work correctly. She was processing the drugs, everything was being bagged, done correctly, but at the end of her wrapping it all up, she would take the drugs and substitute them for something else, or she was dipping into the stash of like pure methamphetamine and using it because she was like a really bad drug user, and she had worked at that lab in Amherst for like over 10 years, I think it was.
Wow.
So basically the whole series is about like how do you fix something like this. So she was basically prosecuted for, I think it was 2 samples had gone missing, and she did a time for those 2 samples only. And there was like the prosecutors, I think it was, were trying to like, is it the prosecutors or the defense? I think it was the defense. The defense was trying to go back and see like how long had this been going on, and the prosecutors were keeping information from the defense because they can do that.
Yeah.
Because they can do that. So once the case was closed, one of the defense attorneys went back because there was like all these paperwork that was found in her car, and he was like, I want to see the paperwork that you wouldn't release to me while the case was active. And when he went through it, he found a plethora of information basically saying that she's been a drug user since like 2004.
Fuck.
And she was high at the times that she was testing certain cases, and some of the cases were his.
Ooh.
So it was like this whole thing, and it's like, how do you fix that? Like, not only had she been guilty of something for so much longer, but now you have the prosecution is trying to cover this shit up because they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to release felons. They don't want to do any of that shit. So it's like, how do you go back and try to fix a mess like that? You would have to try every case. Or there are people who went to jail because something came back positive, served their time, but now they still have felony on their record when they shouldn't have. So it's 4 episodes, breezes by really quick, but it's definitely interesting to watch.
That's a nightmare, is what that is.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
bad. It was crazy.
Interesting though, because I was wondering if because of the name. I was like, oh, is it like from
how
a
to fix it so
angle?
it worked?
Yeah.
No. It's like how to fix a drug scandal mess is basically what they're trying to do.
That's a mess, is what that is.
And it's crazy because then the defense attorney kept bugging everybody about it, and the prosecutors were now on the stand to explain themselves. And the judge was like, what the fuck? Like, what were you guys doing? Like, it's mind-blowing. Just bang it out. It's really quick, 4 episodes.
I will, because it sounds very interesting. And I vaguely remember it now, like in the news and shit. Because it was
when she was being questioned, you know, they were like, well, how would you get your hands on this? And she's like, oh, yeah, this is how I did it. And then, yeah, it was like, it's insane. Like the protocol, everything was just so fucking mind-blowing.
Wow.
Totally got off topic.
And it's also how people can get away with shit when they,
so
you know.
The other thing they were saying was like, how is it that at a drug lab, you're not drug testing your employees? How is it that you don't have certain things under lock and key?
They don't.
No, none of these people were drug tested ever. None of their, I think she called them standards, which is like a pure form of the drug that is in a cabinet. None of that shit was under lock. What? There was no sign in or sign out sheet or how much did you use. They didn't keep log of any of that stuff. She started there in like 2004 and her manager didn't go to take inventory until like 2009.
Yeah, that's a lot wrong.
Like, how is it that you don't take inventory at the end of every shift and beginning of every shift? You know, it's just, it was mind-blowing the way that they were upkeeping these little labs. It was just...
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
And they don't have, like, cameras or whatever to watch with them as they work?
It literally, the lab that she worked at, think about your high school science lab.
Yeah?
That's what it looked like.
Fuck.
It looked like long tables with some computers maybe and a bunch of cabinets. And that was it.
Nope. That's a lot wrong.
Yeah, it is. It
That
is.
sounds good though. I'm definitely gonna watch that too.
Yeah, it's really good. Before we wrap up really quick, because we've been on this thing with Tyler Posey and Dylan O'Brien and all these people, I went and researched. I know. I went and researched the bands. Holy fuck. Five North
Is Tyler
is
Posey's
total.
band.
Yes. It's very, what did you say?
Simple
What was the
Plan.
name? Simple Plan, Sum 41-ish. So if you want like a nice nostalgic throwback, that's definitely one to check out. And then Casey Diedrich's band and Still I Rise.
Yeah.
They're just heavy metal screaming. And I think they only have, I went to check my phone out. I think they have an EP of 6 songs and another one with like 3 on them.
Is he still in it or was that before?
So I think those albums are kind of like a couple years old. And like I said, there's EP, but they do a nice rendition of Wrecking Ball.
Ooh.
I liked it. But Tyler Posey's bands, I think it's like 8 songs on the album. I know it's nothing more than like half an hour.
Yeah.
But it did come out this year.
Yeah, they have that very like early 2000s punk rock that we all loved so much, you know.
Total vibe, yeah. Let me see if I can. No, but it's really good. I'm enjoying them. I've been listening to. It's been between those two and the new In This Moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of been cranking out for.
Yeah.
Since it came out, so.
And I'm still trying to get right with In This Moment. I mean, it's good. It does that thing where like it's really good at the very beginning, and then like towards the end, it just kind of dwindles. Like it's all right.
I feel like that's every album ever, though. They always put like the strong shit at the front.
Yeah, no,
like,
you're right.
Middle, and then he's like peter out.
Yeah. Oh, so it's under Tyler Posey's Five North is under as alternative. It definitely came out this year. And Still I Rise has 3 songs on an EP from 2015.
Oh, he looked like a baby in that music video you sent me.
Yeah, no, he was wicked young. And then this one's also under as a metal from 2014, but it's got 6 songs, and one of them is Wrecking Ball.
Nice. I know, but the fact that Casey does like the
screaming.
Oh, that's hard, yo.
I can't.
Can you imagine doing that to your throat?
I remember when we went to Warped Tour, Beartooth was getting lessons from a coach who.
I saw those videos, yeah.
So that you could do that without hurting yourself, because so many vocalists have burst vocal cords because of their screaming. Like so who was it that Matt Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold? Way back in the day, he had to have multiple surgeries done to his vocal cords because he would burst them all the time. Yeah. So now in their newer music, like the last few albums, he doesn't scream as much, or he screams like the correct way. And people always give him shit like, oh, you can't do it like you used to back then. Like, you were fucking killing your throat back then.
Yeah.
And people don't get that.
And if you think of like how many shows they do, how often they have to sing or do that.
Even by looking at tour dates, like it's let's say it was April, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 12th, like it's every fucking day with like a day or 2 breaks.
Yeah, how do you not just like not talk normally, you know? It's just
I would always think that maybe they just don't talk at all in between shows to just preserve.
That's when ASL comes in handy.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been listening to. Both great. All short. Still sweet.
Still sweet.
They are.
Sweet's good. Yeah. I've just been pumping out that In This Moment because when I like something, I just listen to it to death.
Yeah,
well, I can't listen to it anymore.
I have these 3 albums on a playlist together.
See?
That way I don't have to like bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's good shit.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Sweet. All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah. God, what else are we going to watch this week?
I can think of a few things. I've got like 7 streaming services. I should have no issue finding something to watch.
I know. I use your Disney Plus and Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I got my own Netflix and on demand itself, so
You have HBO also.
I know. Well, that yeah, on demand. That's
Well, yeah,
all that
you
shit.
know, I'm having trouble finding shit on there.
The only thing I want to watch now is that documentary you sent me about the Atlanta boys.
Oh my god, I know, right? And
Yeah,
only because Mindhunters went on.
I know, and
Uh,
since we're not getting it back anytime soon.
bro,
Oh,
that's sad. What?
actually, you know that thing I told you about I watched, the true crime, West
Yeah.
Memphis 3?
Uh-huh.
It was on the ID network and it was just a 3-part special. Nothing new because I already knew about the case. But what I forgot was that John Douglas, the real life Holden from
Yeah. He
Mindhunter, had a thing
interview?
with this case.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Wait, I feel like we knew that.
I think I did too, but then I forgot. And then when they said it again, um, it was like he did a profile for them, like in the 2010s. And he's like, nope, this is the profile of your killer, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, Mindhunter
Which
teaches me things.
blows my mind that you don't watch Criminal Minds because that's all they do is profile. It's literally right up your alley.
I know, but it's very like who done it, you know, every week.
Well, yeah.
I like the real thing. As sad as
But there's like
as sad is.
there are big name drops in there, like Son of Sam, and I can't think of anybody else. But I know that they name drop a bunch of things, and there's a lot of like things that they compare, like recent, like the cases that they're on in that episode. They'll compare it to things that like in the past,
Yeah.
and they find fucking. There was one where it was two brothers, and one of them was bedridden, and the other brother was like mentally retarded, and the mentally retarded brother was the one abducting and killing the children, but it was at the behest of the brother that was bedridden because he used to be the killer,
Oh.
and he was in an accident, and they live on a pig farm, and when the people from Criminal Minds went there, well, the only thing that was left of the victim were these dumpsters behind the house filled with shoes, and they laid out all the shoes, and what they were doing with the bodies was feeding them to the pigs
Gross.
because pigs will eat anything.
Yep.
So it's definitely, it has its moments where there's like really good fucking episodes in there. But it also has its moments where it's like, meh.
Yeah. Because it was on
Yeah.
TV, so it's like 20 plus episodes you get to fill time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically they're all fillers because it's not like, sometimes they'll have like a bigger story happening,
Oh yeah.
like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think the one with Hotch, where it was his family that was in danger in the background, like he was being basically followed by a very particular serial killer. That was probably my favorite season. And then anything that has to do with Spencer is always great.
I'll take your word for it. And I mean, listen, Casey Diedrich is front of mind right now, okay?
You're telling me this? I've been on this fucking hook for weeks.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just getting on the bandwagon now, okay?
I'm at the point where I look forward to his next like meals with Casey on fucking Instagram, and he's just not posting enough. I have a problem.
We all do, it's okay. Many problems.
He's just so cute.
He's so cute.
All right, we're done. No more of this.
No more.
No,
All right.
Goodbye.
We'll see you
Till
next
next time.
week.